And good evening, everybody, and welcome into the Britain Sports Network tonight. Jim Funderburg along with Miles Holliday as we are bringing you the first round here of the MIAA tournament tonight. And Miles and I sitting again in our warm, spacious beachfront condo, enjoying the stream there from Albion tonight as we get ready to do the ball game this evening. Gosh, you know, today is the last game, Miles.
Can we get another one, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And once we get this one done, then we will be vacationing for the entire offseason until football again. But, you know, at this point in time, we just kind of wanted to share what we look like all day long here.
Oh, it's such a wonderful breeze out at the beach right here. Aloha!
Yeah.
Aloha, everyone.
It is wonderful here. And we must, take heed of what is happening here in Michigan tonight. It is snowing up there. It is cold. It is nasty. But here in Hawaii, it is wonderful.
So glad we're not dealing with that.
I am too. And but at the same, this is what you guys are seeing today. And what we have dealt with all day long getting ready for the volleyball game tonight is so much different. And Miles, I guess what we need to look at is we are in the middle of tournament time right now. The MIAA tournament gets started here today. So let's first of all start with the final standings of the MIAA conference right now and take a look at how we got here right at this point in time. And again, Calvin and Hope, basically the dominant players again, as everybody thought they would be.
Yeah, those two met last Friday, and Calvin got the nod. And we had that, of course, that Albion Trine matchup that decided to 3-4, and Albion got that in 3 straight. So this is where we set up. Everybody's involved except for Olivet. Olivet dropped out, so that's going to give Calvin a bye. Calvin doesn't have to play tonight. They get to look forward. And so if you take a look at that crazy bracket, we'll show it to you in a little bit. You'll figure out who's going to be going where. The thing is, you just got to keep winning, Jim, to advance and win the whole thing. So it'll be Thursday night, and then Saturday afternoon, we'll have ourselves a MIAA champion.
It will be a whole lot of fun. As you can see right now, Calvin, a perfect 7-0, 6-1 for Hope. And then Albion 5-2, Trine 3-4, Alma 3-4, and you go all the way down to Olivet, who again decided not to play. Now let's take a look at that bracket real quick because this is unusual. Generally, you take the top 6 teams in the conference, but right now you have a winners and losers bracket, and you can see the opening night right at this point, and as Miles alluded to, there's Calvin with the bye on the top, and then Miles, we go from there. How's that?
Yeah, you want to turn right, keep going right when you win. So the Trine Alma winner tonight will take Calvin on, and that's got to be a huge advantage for Calvin. Get a little bit of a rest because everybody's got to be sore. Everybody's dinged up. You get a little rest and wait the winner of the Trine Alma game, and then Albion and Adrian will advance on to the winner of Hope and Kalamazoo. So if you're Albion, you got to be feeling good. You had a dominant performance against Adrian, and then you look down, you got Kalamazoo that you know you can beat, and then if you can play Hope and play your best game, you can knock out Hope.
Yeah, well, you can only hope is what we're all hoping for at this point in time. Albion and Adrian did hook up again just a couple of weeks ago. We did the ball game for you there. It was a game where the first set went to Adrian, and at that point in time, then the Britons got really focused, and they won the next 3 and took that contest that day 3-1. It was a night where we really had a whole lot of fun doing that ball game. It was a situation where for the Britons that evening, it was just, I think, maybe the best game that they'd played all year. The first set was kind of tough, but boy, from that point on, they kind of got everything going, and it set them up for that big game with Trine last week that we did.
Oh, they were dominant against Trine, indeed, Jim. 25-19, 25-13, and then held on 25-20 to win it in 3 straight. And you can't say anything without mentioning Chloe Weber. She was unbelievable again. The junior with 11 kills against Trine, and Olivia Alexander, the freshman, added 9 as well. So a really well-rounded performance out of that Albion offense. But what got them started? Defensively. They are so good defensively. Unbelievable. Only 38 times this year have they had any reception errors at all. So they flat out get the ball back up in the air, and that allows people like Chloe Weber to kill.
And you take a look at the conference right now, and you see the highlighted names. These are some of the young ladies that we're going to be calling their names out tonight. As you see, Chloe Weber sitting in the number 4 spot there for kills per set, and also number 1 in hitting percentage. And then Grace Welch at number 5 in kills in the conference for Adrian tonight.
Yeah, Grace Welch, the senior from Vicksburg, Michigan, the 5'8 senior. Check that out, 96 kills on the year, and another good hitting percentage out there. And then Coach Quan at Adrian in his 9th year, he has moved the defensive setup around going into this game. They've lost 2 in a row, so he wants to make some adjustments. We'll see what he has planned.
Well, Coach Quan was at Defiance College here before he went to Adrian, so we got a chance to be introduced to him when he was down there when we were doing the games at Defiance College a few years ago. Solid coach, you know, really has a good focus for the game, and that's the reason why he left there and went to an Adrian program, which at that point in time they were trying to turn around and make better. And I think he's been pretty successful with that.
He's got a really talented freshman group, 12 freshmen. 9 have played a great deal. Cribbs, number 28, the freshman from Saginaw, she has 50 kills for them. And they got Hannah Sugg, who will come in and play the back row a little bit. She's a defensive specialist, so it's a really big freshman class that he's hoping to build up and for the next 4 years have a lot of success.
And the Britons, the last time we hosted these folks here at the Kresge Center, the Britons, as we said, lost that first match to Adrian that evening. It was a situation where we lost 27-25. Second set, then things got turned around, 25-23. So 2 real quick sets that were very well contested. And at that point, then the Brits kind of cruised to the end, 25-14, 25-17 for a 3-1 victory.
Now, a lot of times, if you get the advantage after those 2 close ones, if you're mentally tougher, you get smooth sailing because the other team crumbles, especially with the youth. If they're not used to adversity, and can they rise to the occasion? And sometimes that is what is the advantage if you're mentally tougher than your opponent.
Now, tonight, though, you'd have to think it's only been about 3 weeks since they played one another. It was right on this floor, all right? It was a big win for the Britons, but you have to believe that Adrian kind of circled this game and thought, you know what? We played them pretty tight. We have the ability to come out here and knock them off here this evening as we get started in this opening round of the MIAA.
Yeah, there's the matchups for this first round. Kalamazoo at Hope, Adrian at Albion, Alma at Trine, and, of course, Olivet bowed out, so Calvin gets that bye. Interesting how the start times vary according to where the site is.
Yeah, it really is. And we will keep an eye on all those games for you here this evening. Also, we will talk to you if you'd like to talk to us. It's at webcast@albion.edu. You can tell us how jealous you are of us sitting out here on the beach doing the ball game from our own personal little cabana.
Ooh, feel that breeze.
Oh, it's a wonderful, wonderful evening here to do a ball game from Hawaii. And we hope that all of you warm up back in the Midwest again. And be careful. Don't let the pipes freeze tonight.
Our producer, Ken Reeker, just got out of the water in his Speedo, so hopefully he dries off in time just to get this thing going.
And hopefully nobody gets to look at that, as we didn't get any videotape on that, I don't believe. How's that, huh?
Well, the lens broke, indeed. Real important for Adrian to get off to a fast start. Lost the last 2, 3-0 to Calvin and 3-2 to Alma. And, you know, they have that mental disadvantage against Albion with a defeat early in the year, so they got to get off to a fast start. Coach Kwan's ready for them to get going.
And the Brits serve first here tonight, and we are underway from the Kresge Center and the coast of Hawaii here as we bring you the ball game this evening. It's good to have you out there with us tonight on this wintry April evening. Good start for both teams as that ball moves around, and that one goes
it's going to be off
and is off of one of the Brits, and it will be point for Adrian.
Yeah, they're going to be off of Kate Winter, off her hand. Nice hit to get Adrian off to a fast start. I know Coach Kwan really is interested to make sure his girls are ready to go.
Well, it sure looks like they are ready to go right now. If that first set is anything that's going to be reflective in how they play tonight, they have come to play volleyball this evening. Well, you're down to that one and done now, Miles. You lose, basically, you can move through the losers bracket, but you have no opportunity to claim the championship this year with a loss at any time.
Like you said, front row for Adrian, already establishing that they're going to be tough to get around.
Nice hit deep, as that one will be saved and now needs to get back over the net and is. Boy, I'll tell you what, this is going to be the kind of match we have tonight, I believe.
Both teams going to get their 10,000 steps in this game. Yeah. They're scrambling defensively.
No doubt about that. 6 attacks for Albion already, 5 attacks for Adrian, and we've only played 2 points in this opening match here this evening. Good deep serve as the Brits able to get it and get it returned and find an open spot right in the middle of the floor.
Yeah, it's going to be Nicholson, I believe. That Nicholson just very fortunate that she gets the block on the way down off the fingertips into an open spot. Boy, they needed a point, and Albion comes up with it.
So 2-1 now early on here in the opening round of the MIAA Volleyball Championship Series. Good deep hit, and again, the Lady Bulldogs fired up for this one. Brits with a nice little tip, and Kate Winter, of course.
Watch the back step right there by Van Dorn, and Winter sees the court so well. Open spot, take advantage of it, goes over top to double block.
You know, it's so difficult, Miles, when you have a setup like that, because Kate can also knock that across that net at 95 miles an hour, basically, or she can just tip it like that into a nice spot.
There's Winter and Nicholson. Nope, not Nicholson, but that is Hepner. Her and Winter and Nicholson combined again to block that time.
So the Brits continue to serve up 3-2 here early. Whoa, big hit.
Yeah, how about the quick set right here? You better block it in a hurry, because if you don't, it's going to come down, straight down, almost to the 3-foot line. Very impressive by Mallory Darrow.
Darrow, 6-footer out of South Haven, Michigan.
Got to like her upside. Did you see that athletic ability on that hit? Unbelievable.
Only a freshman. As that one goes out of bounds, it will be point to the Brits. 4-3 now, Albion.
Coach Guan did a good job on the recruiting trail. 12 freshmen, and they all look like they can play.
You know what? Volleyball is getting to be such a international game, always has been, but now all of a sudden finding its way back here to the Midwest and becoming more and more popular each and every day.
That time, Adrian's Caitlin Bergman from Hicksville, Ohio. And we've seen her brother, Jackson Bergman, play many times for the Hicksville Aces basketball team. He is quite the talent. So the height continues with the Bergman family. Great job right there by Caitlin Bergman.
4-4 here in the first set of this volleyball match tonight. Nice save back into the middle. They'll set it up. It looked like it was coming backwards, and it went down to that left line, and a smash from the left side.
Watch the set. Run a fake. Allows the block to get there too tardy. And for the kill, tremendous set going across court on it.
I'll tell you what, Alexander knocks that one in, but everybody has to look at number 4 when she makes that first move, don't they?
They sure do. Such a threat, and there's another block again. Going to be Chloe Weber combining with Hepner again for the block. Great time. Hands over top the net, coming straight down. There's actually Weber and Benz on the combination.
You know, again, a 5'10 senior, Weber, a 5'10 junior, I'm sorry, out of Marshall. Oh!
Self-defense, can't get it back up. Watch this. If it almost gets a Tachikari tattoo right on the forehead. Gets her hands just in time. Self-defense, can't get it up in the air, though.
Brits now up by a couple. As we have a little spinning dial that resets itself from Albion. Albion streaming everything to us, along with the scoreboard here this evening, and we're trying to do the play-by-play here, you know, from Hawaii. Every now and then you'll have that with all the distance that we're going through, and a nice return there by the Bulldogs.
The front line for Adrian has come to play tonight. Look how they timed the block, and it's come back. All the white jersey too close together, not covering the court, allows Adrian to get the point.
So 5-7. Brits up by a couple. Oh, looked like it was going to be a set, and then a quick hit across the net, but the Bulldogs were up for it. But they weren't up for that one.
Oh, how about the quick set? The good up right there. Good first pass to the second pass set. And then, hello, point time for us. And that's Chloe Weber yet again. Seems like good things happen when you get Weber and Winter in good position.
And an ace. Oh, good stuff for the Britons now as they find themselves up 9-5 here earlier in this first set.
Yeah, thank you very much on the point. And it was the service game the last time out against Trine that was huge. Got her first call out. All right, Jim Bellamy. Jim, I hope we were feeling better. We're missing you here, but it says, yay, volleyball, boo, snow. Jim B. Good to hear from you, Jim Bellamy. I hope you're feeling much better soon.
Jim not doing well tonight, so he is back home, and he's going to have to open the T-shirt shop tomorrow on the beach too, Miles. That's his responsibility. You know,
he's better get there early.
That's it.
People want their Miles Holiday T-shirts.
They do want their Miles Holiday T-shirts. I agree. Aloha from Miles. That one's hit a little too hard and out.
You're going to try to play the back angle. Good court coverage by Albion that time, and better communications. They get out of the way. It's going long, and they are excited, up 10-6.
Cribbs on the overhit there. And that one just a little bit long on the service, so the ball will go back to the Bulldogs 10-7 now. Brits on top.
Yeah, D. St. Aubin, she doesn't mind when they are aggressive with the serve and it goes out. She likes her girls to go after it, try to put a lot of pressure on the defense with their beginning serve.
You know, Coach and her sister were great volleyball players for the Britons, if you go back just a couple of years ago. Both of them younger folks. But if you get to the Kresge Center, you'll see her sister's picture inside the building there.
Yeah, what a job she's done. Winningest coach in the history of Albion College.
And the Brits again with a nice put away.
Good job getting it into a position to bends, and then he got the kill right there through the hands. Adrian trying to scramble to get it.
Onto the floor comes Kate Winter again, as the Brits will get a chance to serve up 11-7. And they're right there for the putback, I guess.
Back set, tries to get things going, but hits it directly into the net.
Yep.
That's Federmeyer, the 5'8" senior from Mattawa, Michigan.
And just as we brag about them, the service into the net sends the ball back over to the Bulldogs. 12-8 now, Albion on top.
Yeah, second time that they've given a point off a service to the Bulldogs.
We'll check some numbers with you here in just a moment, and we'll also go around the conference and see how the other games are playing out here tonight as we open up the MIAA tournament tonight.
Adrian doing a good job defending. Great block right there, back at him.
Back set, and ball will stay in.
As Madison Federmeyer that rallies it back at him. Great block, great timing to get it back, and as Grace Welch, the two combined tag team for the block.
Brits hitting 130 right now, 7 kills compared to 3 kills for Adrian, and they're hitting 0.53. As that one a little bit long. Service aces, just 1 so far in the night. That's coming the Britain side. Total blocks to a team right now.
Now you got to give Adrian some credit. Looked like Albion was going to run away, up by 6 early, and now they've rallied back to get within 2.
Long return over as the Britons control it and knock it back.
Both teams kind of out of system. See if they can set it back up there.
And that one is in. Sometimes it's hard, both teams with their arms up in the air, to decide whether that one actually got in or didn't get in, with the camera being where it is.
Yeah, they're going to call it out, though.
Oh, they did call it out.
Hepner just misses the line barely. Allows Adrian to keep serve.
Goes over to the left side, the little dink to the corner, and the Bulldogs ready for that.
Good effort by the Bulldogs to get it back up. Might get a timeout here. Scrambling a little bit. Yep, we're going to get it. Figured Coach D. St. Aubin might call it because her girls are scrambling a little bit.
12-12. You really don't want to get this thing allow the Bulldogs any confidence tonight, Miles, and look at those numbers.
Yeah, hitting percentage for both teams not exactly where they want to be. 235 on the year for Albion, and you take a look at Adrian. Eesh. .048, kind of struggling a little bit. But one thing that's been impressive so far, though, is the total blocks. I think both teams are doing a good job defending the net, especially with the double block. Both you see there at 2 total blocks.
Looking at the Kalamazoo and Hope game, just really got started 2-0 right now. Hope on top over Kalamazoo.
Well, stats were a little even, and you look at the score, what is it? It's a little even as well, 12-12.
All the way around. Tryon and Alma also just getting underway. No numbers on them at this point in time. but we will continue to check back in on all the other games around the conference. Winners move on to the winners bracket tonight, and the losers move into the losers bracket. And I thought that was a great idea for a year like we've had this year, Miles, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. They only played each other, so you're short games this year because of everything that's gone on. So go ahead and keep playing. You get as many matches in as possible. Good move by the presidents deciding that.
I thought so, too. I think really they've done a nice job this year working their way through the pandemic and trying to find a way for these student athletes to continue to compete and keeping them safe at the same time. And I still am amazed how you play volleyball or basketball with a mask on. But here they are.
Well, the amount of adversity that these young ladies have faced has been impressive. They're going to be set up to handle anything in their lives. And to play through something with a mask, it just shows what great athletes they are. At that time, just a little peekaboo over top. The net defense can't get there, and Adrian has scrambled back up now by 1.
Okay, the Nicholson with that put away.
Well, if you're struggling, what do? You try to get it to your better hitters, and that time Chloe Weber comes through again. You can't feed her enough if you're Albion.
So the Britons tie it back up. They really would rather not do what they did the last time they played against the Bulldogs, and that is give this first set away and then have to rally to try to get back in the middle of everything.
Yeah, watch the power right here. Good first pass, gets them in position, and then the power right there, just can't get enough of it back in the air. And Adrian, very impressive early in this match.
Corey just overwhelmed there, and you don't see that very often from Jenna. Good job by the Brits there. Kate Winter putting it away.
Yeah, how about Van Dorn getting her in a good spot? And Winter says it's snowing outside, so I'll deliver a snowball your way.
Fun game tonight on the MIAA tournament. Good to have you out there with us. Webcast at albion.edu if you'd like to talk to us tonight. We'd love to hear from you.
That's Liz Sistuko. I hope I said that right, Liz. From Novi, the senior setter. Wow, what a great position right there with a quick little back set. One of the things that Adrian has done well so far, Jim, is the quick set that has negated the block of Albion.
Only 3 seniors on this Adrian team tonight. As you said out miles before, the very young volleyball team here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, second time Chloe Weber has handcuffed a Bulldog on defense because she hits it with such pace.
You know, no real way of defending something like that. It just, it's overwhelming at times.
I know how you defend it. You get out of the way.
And you let it bounce wherever it's going to bounce. I agree. 16-15 now. Adrian on top, and they will serve.
They're bringing Cribbs back in, get a little more height on that front line.
Grace Welch with that last kill, and the Brits answer there with Chloe Weber on the kill.
And I'll tell you what, Mariah Benz has gotten herself in a great position every time off that first pass to get a great assist. Averages 5 a game, and just the young hands as a freshman. Boy, 3 more years of her setting ability is going to be huge for Albion.
No doubt. Cameron Haley comes in, and her first serve will be a winner. 17-16 Brits. You got to believe that Coach Kristen Slamber, D. St. Alban, basically got them all together and said, guys, this is how we started that last one.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
You know how it worked the last time they came to the Kresge Center, and we don't want to repeat. 18-16 Brits.
I would not want to be a uniform. Timeout coming up. Looks like Adrian's calling it, but I would not want to be a uniform person that stitches the names on the jerseys back when Kristen played. That's a lot of letters.
Yeah. Well, back then it was all Kristen Slammer.
All right. Okay. All right. A little easier. I'll do it.
What a great volleyball name, though, huh?
It really is.
You know,
yeah.
Kristen Slamber. Yeah, it works out pretty well. Let's take a look and see if we can find an update on that Hope game here real quick. Close match right now, 6-5, Hope over Kalamazoo. Well, hold on a minute. We are in the third set right now as I go down a little farther. Hope won the first one 25-16, won the second one 25-14, and we're in the third set right now. So I didn't go scrolling down far enough there for a minute, Miles.
Kalamazoo is improved throughout the year. Coach Kavanaugh has done a nice job there, and they've got an outstanding recruiting class coming in. So this league is going to be real competitive in the next couple of years.
Oh, it is going to be. Kalamazoo with 18 kills, Hope with 34 kills. Hope's hitting 364 for the evening right now compared to 109 for Kalamazoo. So Hope on its way pretty easily, it looks like, to their second game of the MIAA tournament.
Well, you want to stay here between sets because Jim is going to get on his surfboard that he brought.
Yeah. And give you a little hang 10 action here.
Cowabunga, he said.
Oh, goodness, it has been so strange to do volleyball this year compared to normal years when you're at the Kresge with all the noise and the excitement that goes on. We're looking forward to that again here this fall.
Yeah, good point by you, partner. I enjoy what we're doing tonight, but nothing like being there in person.
Now, if I had a choice, do I want to be in Honolulu like we are right now, or would I rather be in Albion with the snow? Yeah, well, I don't know where I was going with that, Miles, exactly.
That time, Caitlin Bergman denied. And here's an ace right there for Albion, and all of a sudden, Albion is trying to run away with this.
Grace Welch with the winner right there, and now another timeout for the Adrian Bulldog ladies to need to talk this one over because you really can't allow this to get much farther than where it is right now.
I think Coach Kwan's talking to him about being in position. They were a little out of position, and Albion took advantage of it with the serve, found the open spot, kind of shanked it off to the right, and that's the third time already they've gotten a point off of a shank.
And they were in such great position to open everything up, both teams, really well. That ball just never hit the ground, it seemed like, for the first 10 points or so.
The next time you see Albion out of position defensively will be the first time. They are always in position defensively. Flat-out lateral movement is always impressive with their defense.
Yeah, it really is. Well, the Britons are up right now 20-16 in this opening match of the MIAA tournament, and they would like to take this one and then cruise their way to a straight 3-set victory this evening and not waste any energy because that next game that they're going to have to play is probably going to have to be against Hope since they're up 2-1. And we all know that you go to the higher seed, so the Britons will play this game at the Kresge, and unless Kalamazoo somehow comes back, we'll be heading over to Hope to play the Flying Dutch.
Yeah, Albion 4-0 at home this year, so they love being at the Kresge.
They really do. Well, there is definitely an advantage in that gymnasium right there. Interesting because there's quite a bit of conversation about building a replacement and making this now the intramural gym eventually down the road for Albion, or a secondary gym, practice gym, and you're going to lose something when you move from something that's this size to something that's bigger, much like what Trine has.
Now, serve Cameron Haley wishes she'd have back out of a timeout, goes into the net.
Good save out of that net and back over. Brits now get a chance to set things up, and it didn't take very long for the Brits to decide how they were going to deal with that, as Mariah Bren says, yeah, I'm just going to put this one away.
Yeah, she looked like she was going to set, and then at the last second turns, cut the defense out of position. That's a shame because they negated a good move by Farrell for Adrian to get that ball back up, and there she is again.
Oh, monster hit back to the back line. Brits playing some really good volleyball right now, and now is the time again that you want to be playing your best volleyball.
Yeah, Ben's showing her ability to move and set at the same time.
Go to the opposite way now for the serve. Can the Brits on this set of serves put this first set away? And that one's just a little bit outside. So 22-18, ball goes back to the Bulldogs.
Second time Hepner from Holly, Michigan goes a little bit long. With her ability to get above the net, I'd like to see her go straight down is more than trying to play line. Sometimes you just need that confidence to get it done.
Yeah, well, in the heat of the moment, man, you never can tell. But that was an interesting little move right there. Looked like a set and then tried to drop that behind her.
Tried to catch the defense up on the net and a little peekaboo, but that time just a little bit too wide.
22-19 as we go back to power. Tipped, saved. Nice job by Corey to dig that one out, and that's long. That'll be Brits. 23-19.
Great job by the back row for Adrian to get that ball up in the air.
Winter comes back into the game. In the net on, I guess, the front line there, the Bulldogs, as that was called, quickly.
Yeah, a tough first pass allowed the Albion team to get the point because Adrian was into the net.
This could be the winner right here for this first set. Bulldogs not ready to give it up right now as we have a player right on the middle of the floor. Didn't see what happened to her.
Well, both teams are not shy about getting on the floor.
No,
they will die and get those splinters in the arms.
24-20. Can the Brits wrap it up on the Bulldog serve?
Tough serve on the line.
Back over. Big hit in Corey Diggs.
Boy, what a rally by both sides.
Oh, and it's put away on the block. And again, who? Kate Winter.
Kate Winter. She's going to get the timing for the block and the win right there. Hands across the net. Going right back at you, Bulldog, for the win.
Oh, goodness. Well, great set. You know, let me go get the surfboard for you. We've got a little bit of time. I'll take it out and just, yeah, show you some tricks. How to drown in Hawaii.
I'll show you a broken hip is what we'll show you.
Well, we're doing a volleyball game here. 25-20. You should take a look at some of the numbers, Miles.
Yeah, remember last time we had this Albion team? They struggled at the beginning with their hitting percentage, then throughout the match it increased. We're going to see that same thing transpire tonight, up to 189. But, ooh, look at Adrian over there at .29. Total blocks, Britons, especially with the big last one by Winter. It got 4 over top of 2. So it was a close match through most of the way, but then the defensive ability of Albion stood forward, and that's why they got the win.
Well, it's a great start, I think, for the Britons, and I think Coach is probably happy with the way that she started things out here this evening. Last time, as we said, they played 2 very competitive sets against these Bulldogs to open up that night. They lost the first one, then came back and won the second one at that point in time. Had the momentum to win the next 2. But tonight, I think Coach is a little happier with the way her ladies opened everything up here tonight.
Yeah, had a little bit of a lull in the middle of the set when Adrian made their run. Actually took the lead for a point or two, but then they after that timeout, they came out and answered. And how did they answer? Well, you go back to your big hitters, right? Get the ball over to Kate Winter, and it can't go wrong by getting the ball over to Chloe Weber. I mean, her hitting percentage at .410, unbelievable. She is one heck of an offensive force.
Yeah, there is no doubt about that. I'm looking at the other games around. We do have the Alma Trine game going right now, and we'll look in on that one real quickly.
It'll be interesting to see if Munger is healthy enough to play for Trine. Huge difference when she was out for Trine later in the year.
First set goes to Trine, 25-17, and let's just see as we check the stats here real quick, the individual stats, if Munger is back in this game here for them. Let's go to Trine. Madison Munger, yes, she is. Hitting .333, man, with 5 kills in that first set.
That's big for them because it allows Tolles to go back to what she's comfortable doing, and Munger gets the majority of the kills, averages almost 5 kills per set.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at this. Chloe Weber, .429 hitting percentage. Look at the point total for her, 5.5, and you got Winter. So you got two big hitters like Winter and Weber where you go into every single set knowing that you're going to get at least 9 points out of those 2. That makes you feel good as a coach.
Yeah, it really does. And I would hope that Madison Unger is healthy for the entire tournament, too, because I always, I've always liked to put my best against your best. I don't like to, if you're down 5 players and we beat you 3 sets straight, well, come on. I want them all to be healthy. I want to see who's the best in the conference. It's been Calvin to this point, but who knows? Tournaments can go different directions. And you see Mallory Darrow there leads the way tonight for the Adrian Bulldogs, hitting .625 with 5 points.
Ted Williams-like right there.
Yeah, that is very impressive, especially when you look down and you have to go all the way down to Allison Ashurst to have another well, that's even a negative number. And now that I look at it, there's a negative to that one. So sorry about that. I was looking down. I was going to pat her on the back, and all of a sudden it's like, oops.
Darrow, just a freshman, got to start feeding her more if you're Adrian and you want to be successful in this one today.
Yeah, no doubt. Again, if you'd like to talk to us tonight, you can get us at webcast@albion.edu and let us know how we're doing, where you're at, what you're up to tonight. Adrian gets the first point of the second set.
I didn't get to side movement, tried to play it off the hip and shanked it out of bounds. 1-0 lead for Adrian.
Brits get the ball back over the net.
Good job by Alexander the second time.
Nice big hit. But that one is going to go to Adrian as well, and they'll go up 2-0 again. This is the way they started the match, the first match.
All right, we got a shout out here from Emma Fogarty, cheering for Adrian College. Go Destiny Johnson, go Lexi, and go Madison Smith. Love you girls, go Dogs. Thanks for checking in there, Emma.
Ball hit deep and then returned. Good setup, good spike. Brits hit it straight up in the air. Then over to the left corner. Nice dig, and the Brits kind of playing as much time off of the court as they were on the court in that particular series.
Alexander, another great job to get that ball up. Adrian, much better job playing the cross hit than in the first set so far.
Brits with the kill to make it 2-1 as you watch this on the replay.
How about the coverage right there for Adrian to get the ball back up?
Must have been a carry off of the floor there. Couldn't quite see. That had disaster written all over it.
Sure did. It was a pace of the serve that threw it off. Good job. They couldn't handle it on the back row. Anytime you can't handle that first pass, it does not bode well for you offensively.
And, you know, especially if you have something set up, I would think, too. You're expecting.
It takes you out of system.
It does. Everybody moving the different direction as the Brits able to make some hay here on their service.
You see how she crossed her legs there, Jim? She could not get in front of it. And again, the first pass has killed that Bulldog offense.
That one a little bit long there as the service error goes to Kaylin Nicholson after a couple of fine services that get the Brits right back in the game. 3-3 early. Set number 2. If you just joined us, the Brits won the first one. Big block, big dig, but not enough. As a good putback there by the Bulldogs front line.
Oh, you don't see that very often. Winter denied the point. Great timing by that Bulldog front line. That's Grace Welch, a center right back at Winter.
Service right into the net will tie things up again at 4.
When I used to coach basketball and we missed free throws, it would drive me nuts. So when I see a serve into a net, I can commiserate with a volleyball coach because that's just got to drive you nuts, right? You're giving up a free point.
Corey with the serve. See if the Brits can get a couple points out of her serve. And a big hit, just as I say that, for a point for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, watch the power right here. Nicholson can't get under it. Goes off her arms. And that was, you know who? Darrow again. She can bring the heat.
Oh, boy, I tell you. It's an amazing game. And with some of these young ladies, they hit as well with the left hand as they hit with the right hand, too, which is also mind-numbing for me. Big hit back deep. But the Brits with Corey set it all up. Slam is returned. Put back again, returned by the Bulldogs. But the Britons there to knock it back at them.
Watch this little back and forth right here. We're going to hit it hard right at each other, but they're going to rule. The point's going to be for Albion that time.
Caught the net, actually, when you look at the replay on that one. It really didn't get any hands. Caught the net and came back. Ava Smith now, our favorite. I guess we shouldn't say we have a favorite, but our sideline reporter, Ava Smith, with the ace.
Watch this ace, and you see why they love Ava. Off the arms. A little miscommunication, hubby-wife argument. Who's going to take it? Neither one of us. Point for Albion.
Ava again with a nice serve. Going to force the Bulldogs to take 3 to get it back. And a nice placement there by the Brits for the point. That's Chloe Weber.
Look at Benz running away from the net, able to put a set back near where Chloe Weber can do something with it. Benz is a magician.
Yeah, it is truly remarkable for the freshman to play the way that she has.
Yeah, put her with Grace Van Dorn. Boy, a lot of options to set the ball.
It is a bright future for this Albion volleyball team, even though they will say goodbye to Kate Winter and Cameron Haley and also Grace Van Dorn when this season is over. 3 names that we've called quite a bit in the time that we've been calling these games. But as anything else, you graduate, move on, and there are new faces to take over those spots, the opportunities. Brits had a hard time with that one.
Yeah, just the power. Watch it handcuff her right there. Tries to get it up, but the pace just too much.
So 7-7 now. And another close set here for the first game of the MIAA tournament at the Kresge Center in Albion, and that'll put the Brits up by 1.
Much better job of surveying the floor, knowing where the Bulldog defense is before the hit, not swinging blind, putting it in a spot to get the point.
Brits would like to control this serve and get some points out of it. And that was long, and the Brits will go up 9-7.
That's Hannah Sugg on the back row for Adrian to try to get it back up in the air, and I'm partial to Hannah. I'm going to be rooting for her. Grew up with her mom, Angie Wojcik, and Matt Sugg, my best friend through high school, so I know both the Wojcik and the Sugg family is rooting for Hannah, and so am I.
I'll be darned. You know everybody, Miles. Is there anybody that you don't know?
Now, look, her mom, Angie Wojcik, who's the principal at Maumee Junior High, great athlete, and her dad, Matt Sugg, was a tremendous athlete too, so
there you
apple
go.
Doesn't fall far from the tree.
Not at all. Well, at every place that we go, they always come over. And don't you get tired of signing autographs like that, like you have to all the time?
Autographs are fine. I just don't like those pictures, you know.
10-7 as the Brits put that serve to good use.
Yeah, a little bit of free pizza right at them. Let's go ahead and put it away.
Brits up by 4. They'd like to stretch this league right now and go up 2-0. Big hit, but the dig by the Bulldogs, and it's back over the net again. Let's see if they can reset. They'll go to the middle this time. Block back.
Great effort to get it up.
Oh, and that's going to be 3, though. Boy, that was a good hit to set that right into a bad spot there.
Yes, Haley did everything she could to save it for Albion, but they just couldn't do anything with it.
11-8 right now. The Brits.
It's about this time in the first set where Adrian made a little bit of a run. Let's see if they got some more in them.
Big, solid hit to put that one away, and the Brits are saying, no, let's not allow that to happen right now. They won the first game 25-20, and a big kill there by the Britons, Chloe Weber.
So Sitko tried to get it back up for Adrian. Couldn't do it because Weber's pace on it.
So Brits will make it 13-8, and Adrian wants to talk it over, and I think a good idea. In this game, I'm starting to get a feel for the strategy. Once if you've got contact, obviously, you're within a couple, you let it play.
Right.
Once all of a sudden you get it 3, 4, 5, you see things going the other way. How many times have we seen the timeout cause 2 points to go to the team that called the timeout and get things back even again?
Yeah, good point by you, partner, but let's take a look here. One of the things that has to change drastically for Adrian is that hitting percentage.
Yeah, gosh.
Sitting on the goose egg, and they have been looking for answers, but I think the one they have is Mallory Darrow. Just got to get the ball more to her, and it's got to start with that first pass, Jim.
Yeah,
they have not gotten Liz Sustiko in position. She's a really good setter, averages 5 assists a game, but she's been scrambling to try to get that second pass up.
And you look at the attack errors that they have, Adrian with 10 attack errors compared to 7 with the Brits in this match as well. So it is one of those nights here tonight that the Brits would like to take advantage of this home court and be able to cruise their way through to a short game tonight to get ready to play against Hope. we'll take a look at that bracket here again one more time before we get out of here. In between games, we'll take a look and set that up for you if you have not seen that. But a very interesting tournament this year with a loser's bracket and a winner's bracket. So they will actually end up, as the season ends, with a number 1, a number 2, a number 3, all the way down to the end, and basically have a 1 to 8 ranking of these teams in the MIAA as that one goes in the net.
The second time in this match that Adrian comes out of a timeout called by Coach Kwan, and Albion helps him out by serving into the net. So good move by Coach Kwan calling timeout.
Coach Kwan, he's got a strategy going on right now, I believe, huh? Brits with a nice tip to the middle for the setup. Bulldogs kick it to the corner, and it will be successful as Corey not able to dig that up off the floor.
Yeah, Cribbs far off the net, able to see that she has the side to go to. Good angle, gets the point for Adrian. 2 in a row after the timeout for Adrian.
Bellamy's the one that pointed that out to me. So the on his sick bed right now, I'm using some of his lines here early, and that'll be 3 now for the Adrian Bulldogs. Now you did understand that Bellamy missed the last volleyball game, okay? But he and his lovely wife celebrating her birthday.
That's right. He's a smart man.
Sat and watched the game, the entire time, nestled together there next
holding
to the fire.
Hands,
yeah,
probably. Yeah,
the entire time, and I'm sure they had a bottle of whatever their favorite beverage might be, Woohoo, or root beer or something like that, and they watched the entire game, and then they watched the football game too. But
do you think it was an afternoon of I love you? No, I love you.
Oh, I'm sure.
I love you more.
I'm sure. That's the kind of guy that Jim is.
He is. He's a lover, folks.
He is, 13-11 here as the Bulldogs trying to fight their way back into this one.
Yeah, and I tell you what Adrian loves. It's Cribbs who's developing into that go-to hitter in this set.
And again, another service error. You'd think that would be the easiest thing that they do in a night.
Oh, they just came off a nice run, too.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, that momentum just comes to a screeching halt.
14-12 now as the Brits go back up by 2.
How about that drop serve? Serve got that Adrian offense scrambling.
Back to the middle and back over. That one's deep. Big hit. Can the Brits get it back over? Yes, no problem. Controlled that slam. And a big hit then by 17, Madison Federmeyer.
Yeah, Federmeyer gets her steps right. And how about the set by Sestico? Good set. 5 assists a game. A set comes up, delivers again. And boy, Adrian needed a point. This is very, very similar to that first set where it was tight in the middle points.
Yeah, it really is, and we're tight right here. Well, Coach Kwan knows he really can't lose this set and have a legitimate shot of coming back. You don't want to be down 2-0 here in this championship series.
Good decision by Haley to let it go long. Teammates communicated over top the block that time, but it goes long, and that was Darrow.
15-13 now, Brits with the serve. Good deep hit back. Set up on the left side. And boy, I thought that was going out. I missed the white jersey sitting on the back side there, who was able to save it and keep this play going. Monstrous club. Guess who? I think she has a 4 on the back of her jersey.
Yeah, Winter always delivers. And she gives a blizzard of points every single night for Albion.
So the Brits now back up by 3, trying to stretch this thing out and cruise to 25. And the Bulldogs say, no, let's not do it that way.
Yeah, tremendous effort to try and get it up. Almost ran into the stands. Couldn't get it up, though, because of the power of the hit off of Adrian.
Britain's only got 7 games in this year. They're 5-2. Adrian actually played 16 contests on the season. They got some early games in when the Britons did not. And that point will go to the Brits and make it 17-14. But I think that would have to be a benefit. I've talked to so many coaches this year, Miles, that said, I ask them, why do you like playing in the spring? Aren't you worried about your athletes getting hurt maybe or whatever? And they all, to a person, said, No, it's just good for our team to be able to have some normalcy, first
Right.
of all, and secondly, to refine some skills because we're going to turn this thing right around in the fall and play again. And even if it's 7 or 8 games at this point in time, some of our younger players now, by the time we turn this around and play it again in the fall, are not any longer going to be freshmen. They're
Right.
honestly going to be sophomores or juniors as we see the volleyball tournament here.
Well, sometimes you just want to play.
Yeah, and you do. And they all want to play.
Right.
You know that one. So you see Calvin with the bye here tonight. You see Trine and Alma, and Trine was up 1 set to 0 there against Alma. Albion and Adrian you're watching here tonight. And Hope is pretty much taking care of Kalamazoo here early, so they will move over to the bracket, and they will await the winner of this Albion-Adrian match that will be held Thursday night at Hope. And Calvin, again, Thursday night, will be waiting to see whether it's Trine or Alma that comes to town as the higher seeds will host.
It'll be interesting if you're coaching at Calvin, if you sat down and watched that Trine Alma match while it was going on with your ladies, or you just kind of go and practice and focus on yourself.
Yeah, it is. That'd be a great question. Second set right now between Trine and Alma is locked up at 18. Trine won the first match 25-17. And it looks like Sarah Marley is doing a pretty decent number on the Trine Thunder here this evening. Thunder Dan's niece playing a little volleyball for Alma.
Yeah, nice player. And the last 2 points have been off of the hands of Alexander, then Winter coming up big for Albion.
So the Britons up 18-14 here in this second set, make it 19-14 with the serve.
Yeah, the 4 service aces in the first set was a big difference, and you see Albion establishing that they are a dominant service team.
Britons now go 20-14, so they're knocking on the door here again, and the momentum has shifted to the home team now.
Huge point right here for Albion if they can stretch it to 7 and look real close at slamming that door.
Corey with the serve, goes mid-court. And that one knocked off the hands of the Britons defenders and out of bounds, so the point will go to the Bulldogs.
Well, they are a left side offensive team. Look how many times they've set the ball over here. This time Welch comes clean and gets the point for Adrian.
And then the Brits, I mean, it is amazing how balanced this Brits attack is. They'll go to the top side, they'll go to the bottom side, they'll come out of the middle.
Right.
But as you said, and you've been correct, most of the attacks that the Bulldogs have made have come down here on the near side.
Yeah, it's Olivia Alexander stepping up big again for Albion. And I liked how you said that. I was correct. Just remember that, Jim.
Yeah, oh, man.
Miles is correct.
I'm
I like
telling
that.
you what, that's why everybody wants your signature, Miles, when they're in the picture with you every time we go around. There's no doubt about that.
I just don't like when they want the picture because I'm especially when I'm eating, and I'm
Yeah.
always eating. So that's the problem there, Jim.
Well, you have if you're like me, there's a little ketchup on the shirt, maybe some cheese whiz there from the pretzel, those kind of
Cheese
things.
whiz. All right.
Those kind of things. I have that problem myself.
They still make that stuff? Cheese whiz?
Well, they don't anymore, but I liked it so much I stored a bunch of it in my basement.
I'm sure that's good for you.
It's it will last forever.
Yeah, Federmeyer comes up big right here. Good set, gets her in position, goes off the hands that time. Well, one of the few times that you go one-on-one with Chloe Weber and you get the advantage.
21-17, the Bulldogs now serving.
Oh, my.
Well, she said, you know what?
That's the first pass by Corey that gets him in position, bends with a quick set, and then, hello! I'm going to put it into the ground. Chloe Weber,
Yeah.
Fantastic.
You just mentioned her name a minute ago, so she had to make up for that one, didn't she, huh?
Oh, that had some pace on it.
22-17. And that's a carry.
Yeah, I'm going to call a lift on that one. And all of a sudden, 2 points away, Albion ready to close it out. And Jim, if they can win the first 2, boy, that bodes so well for that third set. See if Adrian has any fight in him.
That one is a little bit long, so it does go back to the Bulldogs, 23-18.
Going to bring Cribbs back in. Get some more blocking ability at the net.
Nice placement on that kill there. Took a little bit of something off of it and placed it right in the corner where nobody was.
Yeah, had a good block, but she plays the angle so well, gets it around the double block for the point.
And the net serve on the game point. A ball will go back over to the Bulldogs 24-19. Well, they won it the last time with the Bulldogs serving. Let's see if the Britons can put it away this time.
Got the Adrian offense out of sorts.
Move them all around and then kill it.
Yeah,
25-19.
Yeah, great set again. Look at the distance she has to cover with that set. Benz is able to put it on a dime for the game winner.
So the Britons win 25-20, 25-19. And you take a look at the numbers. The Britons was 74 attacks to 66 for Adrian. 25 kills to 17. And again, attack errors, still a 5 attack error bonus there for the Britons right now, as they only have 7 compared to 12 for the Adrian Bulldogs. And the hitting percentage, again, with all the errors that have been made by the Bulldogs, it brings it down to .076.
Well, the hitting percentage for Albion started early low, right?
Yeah.
And this is coaching. This is something that you see every time you watch them. They start off a little bit slow with their hitting percentage, but then they figure out what they're going to get defensively, and they make that adjustment, and they get their big hitters in good positions. And how about the hands of Benz, though? Unbelievable. Van Doren and Benz finding ways to get their hitters in position, and that's why you see that hitting percentage rising throughout the match.
And look at those service aces, Miles, 8-2.
Right.
Britons here tonight. So, yeah, good job for the Brits, taking care of business here early as we look at some individual numbers.
Yeah, you take a look at Adrian, and it does not bode well when you're hitting low percentages. You're tough to score. Got to come off of scramble points. Haley Farrell's got their best, but is only on 2 attempts at 500. And Darrow, who started out really well, is now gone down to 222. Part of it's because the attention of Albion's defense has taken her away. Other is because they've been out of system, not been able to get her a good set where she can work on it.
And we look around the conference right now, too, as we take a look at the Albion numbers, then I'll tell you about that Alma Trine game.
Yeah, Chloe Weber, how about that percentage?
Oh.
571, and she can bring the boom, as we saw in her last kill in that second set. Olivia Alexander stepped forward in that second set, had some big points for them. So 15 points between the two of them, and Kate Winter, who seemingly always is doing a fantastic job, 6.5 points.
Wow, amazing. Good game in the second match here in the second set between Alma and Trine. 23-22 right now. Alma on top after Trine won the very first set of the evening. So they're trying to close things out here a little bit. 25-17 was the opener for Trine. 23-22 with a timeout. Trine's timeout as they're playing down in Trine this afternoon or this evening in Angola, where it is snowy and nasty down there from what I've heard. And it is wonderful and beautiful, and you can tell. We have room service coming here pretty soon. It is right here at the cabana, and look at that beautiful beach out there. And this is what you guys have, snowing in Michigan, and
they get to make a snowman tonight, though.
Yeah, that would be the nice thing.
That's cool.
We're just to deal with the sand. We'll make a sandman here tonight. How's that? Yeah. While we're dealing with this whole process, but I hope everybody is safe and staying warm wherever you might be watching tonight. And webcast at albion.edu if you'd like to let us know where you're at tonight and how you're enjoying the ball game this evening. The Britons with a 2-0 lead here at this point as we head into set number 3. The Britons would like to make this a quick 3-and-done tonight, I'm sure.
I'd like to thank our producer Ken Reeker for putting that lotion on our backs.
He's
thank you so much, Ken. He lingered a little too long, but it still was effective.
Oh, Mr. Reeker does so many things so well, and it's we couldn't do all this without him, that's for sure.
Well, let's see if Adrian has any fight in them down 2 sets, and you're looking at, well, boy, can we come back? What's your character like, right?
Yeah.
This is where Coach Kwan, in between sets, says there was girls. Do we have any fight left in us?
And, it's critical at this point in time because you still have the ability to win this if you have that kind of focus and you can turn this around. How many matches have you seen turn around from an 0-2 situation to all of a sudden 2-1, 2-2, and then that last one just goes to 15?
Yeah, how do you get to a 5-setter? Well, you win the next point, you win the next set, and then you win the next set. So you can't think of it as a big picture. You just got to focus on the immediate point in front of you.
That's exactly it. And then so far, Adrian has started out well here in set number 3. So they lead 2-1 here early. That will be I must have gone underneath the net.
It did go under. If it was tennis, it was a winner. But
I saw that and went, okay.
Just a little bit too low that time. And
yeah.
Adrian has responded out 3-1.
Well, and for the Brits, you don't want to let your guard down right now.
Now, you want to take care of business. You're up 2-0. Go ahead and get the win.
Let's not play 4 tonight if you're a Britons fan. That one tipped over but out of bounds, so it'll be a quick 4-1 lead now for the Britons. And you wonder when the Brits now will call that timeout, maybe to slow things down just a little bit. Probably another point. What do you guess?
Yeah, one more
5-1?
point, I think, and you got to get Mariah Benz back in position where she can do some damage with her setting ability.
There is the service ace that will make it 5-1, and Coach going to let him play. Decent crowd at the Kresge tonight. Obviously, again, with our limited participation here in the fall sports, you only allowed a couple of members of the family and friends in per athlete as the Brits get the big hit there to maybe turn things around.
Really the first time in this set that they're able to get a first pass in the second set into a kill position, and that is Alexander, who's come up really big in this match.
Corey with the serve now. Big hit, nice save. Good set by Corey, but it's a little bit too far, and that point will go again to Adrian.
As Van Dorn, who was able to dig it out and get it back in the air, but they weren't able to do anything with it, and all of a sudden, 6-2 Adrian early in this third set.
Well, the Brits need a little bit of a run right now.
Bringing Haley Farrell, the freshman, another freshman from, this one's from Oak Park, Illinois, in the serve.
And a net service makes it 6-3. Here comes Ava Smith in. Wonder if Ava's going back. Yep, there she goes back to serve. Let's see about 3 or 4 points in a row out of Ava.
Now, they brought Benz back in as well, so she get a little more continuity out of their offense.
Good dig. In the net, maybe, for the Bulldogs. Point goes to the Brits.
Yeah, you always love Jenna Corey, right? She's
oh, yeah.
always getting dirty, laying out all the time.
Ken Jesta Jr. out of Farmington Hills, so she'll be back again this fall. And, you know, the interesting part, too, Miles, is because of the COVID, a lot of these seniors have that option to come back and redo this senior year for them. They don't lose their eligibility in the COVID year. So a number of the football team are coming back, and it's also capable and possible for all of the other athletes to come back and play again next year. So it's going to be interesting to see how many seniors that we thought we're saying goodbye to are going to be back for the 2021 season.
I like that decision, allowing another year of eligibility.
I do too.
Yeah,
it makes, and you know what? I thought about it initially, and I thought, well, gosh, most of these athletes are still paying a pretty decent amount of money to play.
Right.
Okay. But if you look at it as a fall sport, especially, okay, and I know that Coach that Dusty was telling us the other day that some of his football players were down to just 1 quarter before they graduate, so they opted out of basically the spring quarter this year and they'll come back and finish in the fall. So monetarily, they're spending no more money than they would have. They just walked away 1 quarter, and it was a quarter where an awful lot of things weren't correct. There were a lot of lockdowns and a lot of social distancing, and now hopefully you come back in the fall, have a normal fall season, have your final season as a senior, and you move on into whatever you're going to do from there. That would be fun. 7-6 now. Albion has fought their way back in.
Yeah, Chloe Weber, her ability to get off the floor in a hurry, paid dividends on that last point for Albion. And we have another shout-out, Jim. This one, you may be in Hawaii, but I'm in Weeki Florida. Is that a real place?
No.
Weeki?
I think they need to be part of our broadcast.
Sounds like someone's scratching a record. Weeki Florida, loving the webcast. Go Nicholson, number 18. Thanks, Albion. All right.
There you go.
Somebody's in the witness protection program there.
I think so. And either that or they need to be part of our webcast team right now because they're full of as much baloney as we are.
All right. This one, Jolene says, tell them to put Lana in. All right. Put Lana in. Thanks, Jolene.
Yeah, Lana needs to get out on the floor here today. I think. I agree. Let's send a message here.
You're that guy, though, at every football game when the crowd says, go for it. You're that guy, too, right?
That's me, man.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Well, as we talked the other day when we were doing the football game, and you said something about punting, and I said, we don't punt, man.
Yeah, what do we see, one punt in that game?
Yeah, we just,
crazy.
and the one punt that we saw
was amazing.
Was a beautiful punt.
Right.
Little backspin out on the one, led to a safety. Think about the game we saw, though, the other day, man. We saw a safety.
Heck of a game.
We saw an interception on a 2-point conversion that went back 100+ for 2 points.
Yeah, pick six.
Yeah, pick six.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a fun game, and good luck to Albion as they try to get that MIAA championship against Clyde the Comet at Olivet. And you're just talking about how parents, want to say things. I always told my coaches, don't get upset at them. They say good things. They say things like catch the ball, hit them, block them, throw it, tackle them. All good things. Let's do those things. I agree.
Webcast at albion.edu if you want to let us know what part of Florida or where you might be watching from this evening. We'd love to hear from you. And obviously we're doing having a lot of fun with these games this year because we really do miss being at Albion and doing the games seriously in the gym with the noise and everything else that goes with it. And if you're going to have to do these from a remote spot, we just decided why not do it from Hawaii? And that's the bottom line of the story, and we're sticking to it, too.
Now, that last point for Adrian Alexander went a little bit long. One of the few times Alexander had been off the line this game.
9-7 now as the Brits starting to maybe creep away from the Bulldogs here. An attack error that time by Grace Welch gives the point to the Brits.
Bringing Haley in to serve, the 5'6" senior from Battle Creek, Michigan.
And you jinxed her right there.
I sure
Knocked
did.
it right into the net, didn't you? Huh? Let's see, at this point in time, early on, .083 now hitting percentage for the Bulldogs, and the Britons at 176. So for the match so far tonight, the Britons hitting a little over 200. 9-8, Albion up by 1. Up 2 sets to love. Nice big hit, but a dig by the Bulldogs. Britons put it around. Oh, gosh. I don't know how she actually saved that one. Yeah, watch this save.
There's still live action going on.
It must have hit the floor there as the
such a rally. We were able to get a replay in the middle of it. Fantastic work, ladies.
Little too far there, and the point will go to the Britons. 10-8.
Another shout out says, "Go Brits!" Go number 7, Olivia Alexander from Hannah. Olivia's biggest fan and neighbor from Brownstown. Hannah Antaran.
Webcast at albion.edu. That's how you send us the messages and let us know. This will be our final webcast of the fall sports. Unfortunately, we'll not get a chance to follow the team to Hope, but I'm sure Hope will have a webcast going on Thursday that you'll be able to watch.
A good block by Albion to get it back at Adrian. As Benz, that was part of it.
Good spacing by the Bulldogs that time to keep that alive and then knock it out of bounds.
Yeah, the great decision right here is Haley. Ball's coming at her head, so what's she say? That's going to go long. Steps out of the way for the free point.
Britain's 12-8 now. Let's see if we can put this away quickly in 3. Go back and check on that. It's a 1-1 game here between Alma and Trine now as Alma wins set number 2.
And that one right into the net. Tough back set. Gets in position, but Doesn't get over top of it, back into the net for a point for Albion.
Nice set, and then right back.
Oh, my. Talk about an all-around player. Not just a great kill percentage, but she can step back and dig it.
It is so much fun to watch these Britons play at this moment. They're playing so well that maybe there's that chance for that upset against Hope when they go over Thursday night. They do seem like they're playing extremely well right now.
Finish business here tonight and then go to Hope and just play great defense, and maybe you can – they are going to play great defense. We've seen it time and time again, and maybe you can frustrate Hope and get the win here, and then you get to the championship. You just never know once you get to the championship, right?
You don't, man. There's no doubt about that.
You got a puncher's chance.
You always have a puncher's chance. Nice dig by the Brits. See if they can keep that on the Adrian side of the net, but it's a point to the Bulldogs as they're in the net, I believe.
Yeah, I think they're going to rule that Benz was a little too far, or else they're going to say that it was Hebner that was in there.
14-10 now. Ball handling error, they did give that to Brenz there.
Double hit, I guess.
Left-handed swing from the left side there for the point, 15-10.
You're used to seeing Winter hit on our near side, but shows the ability to use that left hand for a kill on the far side.
I've been impressed by the different ways that the Brits have attacked here this evening. They've attacked from the top side, the bottom side. They've also gone right back to the middle. So they're really not giving the Bulldogs any idea where that ball's coming from.
How about that effort by Adrian to get it across?
Nice job. And that was a little long.
And it got to be deflating for Adrian because they scramble to get it up twice, and they don't get the point as this one goes long. And you said it right, buddy. That one was a little far side on the point.
16-10. Can the Brits end this game here with 9 quick points?
I think we got a timeout coming up by Adrian.
Adrian says we better talk this one over. It is getting away from us right now, and 6 down. Take a look at the numbers there again. Look at those attacks, 98-89.
Yeah, one thing that Adrian has improved is the hitting percentage, but he had nowhere to go but up with .022. And you got to believe in the next year or two that's going to improve as they figure out who's going to be their setter going forward. And you got power players, but they're just young power players.
Yeah, they are. There's no doubt about that. Well, and again, it's a wonderful league. It's the conference itself, the oldest D3 conference in the country, the MIAA. And boy, I'll tell you, the athletics on all levels are wonderful. If you've got a student, a grandkid, or a kid out there that is looking to play some D3 football, basketball, baseball, whatever it might be, run track and field, you could attest to it. You were in a D3 college.
I was.
You know, it's just
I was kind of an athlete.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's close, you know. I was kind of an athlete at OU. You know, I had to do some running every now and then.
I want to go back to one thing about those stats. Only 3 reception errors on the match tonight for Albion, and only 38 going into this match. That just shows you how they stay involved in games, right?
Yeah.
They just don't make errors on the receptions.
It is amazing. It is amazing, especially when you consider that you have played 2 top 20 teams in the country and made that few errors for the season. You know, you're playing really in Calvin. They've been a top 5 team for most of this year, and in Hope they've been in the top 20 all year long. So it's not like you're playing weak competition week in and week out. You're playing some of the best around the country and still being that efficient. As the Brits score again.
Now here's where we see Winter making her hay normally on this side of the floor. The block gets there a little bit late. Grace Welch tries to get there. She had the big point for Adrian a moment ago, just tardy on the block.
Everybody thought, I think, that bump was going forward. It came backwards and caught the Bulldogs flat-footed.
Second time by Welch. She finds the open spot. See the big hole develop right there? They think the block's going to take care of it. They have the back row on the line, but it gets over top for the point.
17-12. Brits working their way to a 3-0 win here again tonight. And that's a good sign, too. If they can take care of the Bulldogs this evening, you got rid of Trine in 3 sets on Friday night. And if you can take care of business tonight the same way, and if you continue to set that young lady up.
Yeah, how about the set by Van Dorn and then the snap? Oh, Chloe Weber, you're nasty.
18-12. Let's see if Ava Smith can't serve us right on into round 2. Good block. Ava bounces it back over her head. We'll reset everything again. Oh, nice job by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, really good job by Grace Welch that time. Recognizes the double block, so I'm just going to poke it over top. Benz tries to get it up in the air, just can't do it.
18-13.
That's when, if you can see the floor as you're attacking, know where the defense is, that is so advantageous. Why not, huh?
Yeah. And then if you can just set Chloe Weber up.
Oh, my Lord. Look at the extension and the rotation and the heat by Chloe Weber.
Ball comes across the net. Let's see if the Brits can find point 20 here.
I dare say with Chloe Weber coming back next year, they might arguably have top 1, 2, or 3 player in the whole conference next year.
Yeah,
she's that good. And
no doubt.
And Ben's with another year underneath her. Wow, that could be a fantastic offensive team.
And again, Ava Smith will be back, another junior.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be interesting to see how you play this in April and then you turn right around again in the fall and are going to start playing volleyball again. You might be a little sharper. You might be a little tighter since it hasn't been a total year since you played again.
Another ace for Albion right there, and knocking on the door of advancing, only 3 points away. And Chloe Weber, with the point before that, is just on fire.
So here we go. Let's see if the Brits can't take care of business here and not give that ball back to the Bulldogs. Big smash to where there were no Bulldogs.
All right, Jim, we found out Weeki is actually a real place.
There you go.
Yeah, we have the email. It's Hernando County, Florida. It says here in the United States. How about that? This is using, I don't know, this is the 2010 census. So.
Yeah, well, that's,
yeah.
Anybody can find a Weeki. There's a Weeki in Ohio, Michigan's got one. It's a normal name.
I used to wear a Mickey Mouse Weeki.
And as we're saying all this, the Brits now just 1 point away from locking this one down. Webcast at albion.edu if you'd like to let us know how you've enjoyed this ball game tonight.
Corey family in the house to support the Brits. Live way better than Hawaii, LOL. Thanks, Corey's.
That one was just a little bit long. I thought that might be the killer right there, but the Brits up 10 now, just waiting for that final point of the night.
How about the fans? And the Kresge's on their feet.
Yes.
Ready to cheer on Albion. Oh, there's a great picture from Albion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, look
Corey
at that.
Family.
I love it.
All right.
Thanks for the picture, guys. Thanks for the picture.
And there it is.
All right, Brits in 3 sets tonight over the Bulldogs. Boy, it'd be nice to be up in Albion right at this point in time because that gym is loud, I can tell you, even with only about 50 or 60 people in it. So the Britons win that one easily tonight. They win it in 3 sets. And I look over one last time to that Alma Trine game. It looks like Trine's on top 18-14 now in set number 3. That one is tied 1-1 at this moment. So let's take a look at some of the final stats tonight. We'll take a look at the way this tournament is going to lay out this evening as well.
Yeah, reception error is the one that always jumps out when I have Albion. 3. That's impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, that's.
And then the hitting percentage, like we thought, would improve throughout, and it sure did finish at 262, a little bit above what their season average is. And you take a look at the serve aces, which I thought was a huge advantage for them tonight, 11-3. Adrian going to go on to the left side of the bracket, and a major reason why is that point .052 hitting percentage.
Yeah, well, again, it is a great situation. You do give these young ladies another opportunity to play more games now. In a traditional tournament like this, it would be the end of Adrian. Their season would be over. Brits would move on to play at least one more night. And in this case, Adrian, hey, they might end up with 2 or 3 more matches before this is all over and done with.
Yeah, check out Chloe Weber. Just electric numbers, 480. You kidding me? And 16.5 points. Chloe Weber was sensational. A lot of it was because of she got in good position thanks to people like Mariah Benz.
Yeah.
Mariah Benz, fantastic. Look at 17 assists. Fantastic job. And Van Dorn also with 14 assists. So you got a great 2-point guard offense, if you will, by that Albion team.
You really do. And here is the volleyball tournament now, as you can plug. Well, at this point, you can plug Albion into that bottom bracket with Hope, okay? You can move now Kalamazoo and Adrian over to that bottom bracket as well. Trine at this moment and Alma are tied up at 1 game apiece, and they're going to fight that one out for a little while to see who gets to go to the right and play Calvin. The other will go to the left side of that bracket then and have to play over there. It looks like maybe they're going to find they'll find a bye there, it appears, Miles, because Calvin's going the other direction.
Sure. Well, let's play Nostradamus here, my friend.
Sure.
Take a look at the winner's bracket. Let's walk through here. You got Calvin. First of all, you want to say Trine.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll go. Let's
take a look.
Let's take a look real quick because Trine
is trying
20-16 right now in set number 2.
That's enough for me. Let's advance them.
All right, so we'll move Trine over there. Trine and Calvin.
All right, who are you going to take? You going to go
Calvin
or Trine?
Oh yeah, I'm going Calvin.
You're going Calvin.
Right. I think that's a no-brainer right there. I guess. How's that?
You feel like your March Madness brackets with 1 seeds in the finals every year, don't you?
If I had to, if I had this bracket right now, it would be a little easier. Now,
right.
But at the same time, we'll go that way.
Well,
all right.
I'm gonna go Albion over Adrian. I got that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Very nicely done there. Yeah.
All right, so Albion versus Hope. I'm gonna go with Albion. I really love how they're playing right now.
Okay.
All right. What about you?
I like that. I like that matchup. The Brits played them tough the time that they played at Hope.
Okay.
They won one of the 4 sets that they played. They played them tough in another couple of matches there to get to that. So, if there's an opportunity, you've got to believe Hope's going to be sitting there believing that they're going to be the team that goes up against Calvin, looking for revenge. Calvin beat them pretty easily the last time they played. I think the real dominant team in this conference is that number 1 seed.
Sure.
That Calvin is just a notch above everybody else right now.
Hope
it
or Albion, either one. In that semi, Albion gets the win, or Hope does in that final. They really have their work cut out for them against Calvin. They'll have to definitely hobbs their way to a victory against that one. But I got to believe if Albion gets that momentum, feels good after beating Hope, boy, they just might pull that upset. But you said it right, my friend. They got Goliath. Whoever faces Goliath at the end is definitely going to play the role of David.
I would agree. And with that, I've got my hat on now. I think it's time to go to the beach.
That's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It is 5 o'clock in Hawaii. I believe it's 5 o'clock in Hawaii, is it not? It's time for you to put your hat on there, my friend. The season is over. It has been fun, like it always is, to play with the folks from the Britain's Sports Network. It's always good to be able to do football, basketball, volleyball. Next year, we are hopeful that we'll get a chance to have a full season and get a chance to do some basketball games, both the men's and women's side, do a full schedule of football games, and then also some volleyball when we get back into the spring. Miles Holliday, we thank you for filling in for our buddy Jimmy Bellamy.
Hope you feel better soon, and congratulations, ladies, advancing.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Congratulations to the Brits, and good luck on Thursday night when they travel over to Hope to take on the Flying Dutch. Thank you to Kenny Richer here this evening from Richer Productions. He doesn't like us to know what his real name is, okay? But his real name is Kenny Richer.
Let's call him the mass producer.
That's the mass producer. That is him. Without Ken, though, we could not make this happen, and there's only one Ken Rieker in the entire world, and we're lucky to have him. He
does a great job, doesn't he?
He does a great job. All the folks, Matt, Aaron, and Marissa Smego, they're at the college with us. They've done a wonderful job for us all year long, and we are looking forward to being back at the campus of Albion College this fall to do the ball games right there from the campus. Miles, thank you very much for your time.
Love to be here. I'm just disappointed that Jim was sick that had to be here. So, Jim, heal up soon, buddy.
No doubt about that. For Ken and for Miles and for Jim and all the folks, the Britons Network has had a whole lot of fun this spring doing fall football and fall sports. We're going to wrap it up from here. We'll talk to you this fall again here on the Britain Sports Network. Go Brits!